Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cabral Concept. These are our Cabral House Calls, the weekend edition of the show, each and every weekend answering about a dozen of our community's questions, and always love to be able to see what gets written in on a daily basis. Just keep in mind, there's about a 10-week to 12-week delay in answering your questions, simply because the amount of questions that come through at stephencabral.com/askcabral. If you're ever looking for same-day answers, please do email in, or I should say write in at cabralsupportgroup.com with your question. And if it's a customer service question, you can just email support@equi.life. That's EQUI.LIFE. All right, let's dive into today's show, answering all questions, wellness, weight loss, weight gain, anti-aging, high performance health. All right, first one, just open up the document. This one's from Daniel, and Daniel says, "Hi there, Dr. Ball. First of all, I want to say I followed you now for close to 5 years. The impact you've had on mine and my family's life is immeasurable. I'm certain we will all lead a longer and healthy life due to you." Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. It was really nice. I appreciate you. Daniel's question is, okay, so I suffer from psoriasis and have now done the CBO protocol 4 times. I've done it because every summer I tend to eat more cheat meals on vacation and drink more alcoholic beverages, which get me flared up. After each protocol, my results are amazing. This time, though, I'd like to really stay committed and realign myself when I get off track. I take gluten and dairy support for cheat meals and probiotics twice a day. What else would you suggest I do when I have a couple of really bad weeks and start to flare up? Citricidal drops, Florafilm, intestinal cleanse, thank you. Okay, yeah, it's a great question. So really what I've seen with psoriasis is you've got to fix the gut just like you did. But then sometimes you can relapse, right? That happens. So is life, as they say. So a product that might be very beneficial for you is called Healthy Gut Support, along with the daily probiotic support. And then during your so-called cheats, you can do the Clean Gut Probiotic, as well as the universal binder with those cheat meals. Now, I know it's not always possible, but my highest recommendation is to never have a cheat 2 days in a row. And a cheat just means a meal that you know your body's going to react to. And so it allows the inflammation to subside. So what I would recommend, of course, universal binder, let's say it's a Thursday night, and then I'd give it at least 1 day in between, and then Saturday, you could have maybe that next cheat. Ideally, it's 1 or 2 days apart, and that's what I would do. So universal binder, keep taking your daily foundational protocol, which are your omega-3s, right? You're taking your vitamin D, you're taking your daily nutritional support. And then I think I said the healthy gut support, your probiotic. And then when you have the cheats, you're going to make sure that you do your intermittent fast overnight. You're going to take your universal binder before the cheat meal. And was there another recommendation I gave you? Yeah, that's my recommendation there. Then if you really do have a flare up, of course, you can use the GI balance. I don't recommend using the citricidal all the time. But you may need to jump into what's called a GI balance. And that's 1 capsule with a meal. So it's 3 times a day, 1 capsule at breakfast, 1 at lunch, 1 at dinner. And you do that for 2 to 4 weeks. All right. Anonymous is up next. Hi, Dr. Ball. I recently read that long-term cannabis use causes premature aging of the brain. What can you advise someone to do best heal and recover from such long-term use? Also, what are your thoughts on DMSO with regards to this particular modality? I've heard a lot of stroke patients recovering from using it. So curious, what do the effects have? Thanks. Okay. So yeah, I actually did a podcast on what is more detrimental to the brain, alcohol or cannabis. And believe it or not, it's based on Dr. Amen's work. Dr. Amen probably has run more functional MRIs in the brain than anybody else. And he says cannabis. I believe him. He has no reason to lie. Why would he? And so, but here's the good news. Check out my podcast on brain-derived neurotropic factor. So just go to stephencabral.com/podcast and type in BDNF. You'll get a bunch of podcasts that tell you how to raise BDNF, which is going to help with the brain. Then we want to improve sleep. We want to detox. And my highest recommendation is to run the Big 5. You have to really, everybody has to understand is that everything has an underlying root cause and is fixable. We can't go back in time and not use the cannabis. However, we can absolutely help with oxidative stress and damage. and we can find out what is going on with the body right now. So first step is read the Rain Barrel Effect. Second, listen to the podcast on BDNF. And third is, if you can, run the vitamin tox test, or if possible, run the Big Five to find out all the different imbalances you may have. All right. So that's my absolute recommendation. All right, Paul's up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. I appreciate you and all that you share. I've had gut issues for some time, and I started the CBO protocol soon after trying so many things. One thing I can't figure out is there seems to be a link between having tension in my lower abdomen near the pelvic bone and feels like a muscle that I can massage, and experiencing gut issues like feeling bloated. I never feel this in my right abdomen. It doesn't hurt, but I can feel it sometimes smooth and sometimes like bigger balls. What could this be? Thank you. All right, so I'm assuming it feels like knots in there. All right, well, I can show you the anatomy of your intestines and exactly why you're feeling that. So I've got my friend Walter here, and if you're looking really closely, this is the right side where you don't feel anything. You're gonna see that the ascending colon is set off to the right side of your hip. But then on the left side, where your pelvic bone is, the colon keeps going all the way down to that pelvic bone. All right. And so what happens is it can get backed up with gas or constipation, methane gas or hydrogen gas from a fermentable food, because there might be yeast or bacteria. Or it could be constipation building up right at the end of the colon. So I don't know why the name is escaping me, sigmoid colon. I don't know why that's escaping me right now, but just the end of your colon, right? That's the best way to say it, the descending colon. And so that very much could be why you're feeling that. You could try adding before bed, 30 to 60 minutes before bed, calming magnesium, as well as alkalizing vitamin C upon waking away from food. This can help to gently stimulate a bowel movement, or you could use digestive enzymes with meals. What else? You might just use full spectrum magnesium, really highly absorbable, with dinner. You might use psyllium husk with 2 to 3 meals as well, just to keep the bowels moving. All right. So again, I can't provide any medical advice, medical treatment plans, medical cures, but this could all be certain reasons why you're feeling that. So all of these things, every lab I talk about, every product that I talk about can be found at stephencabral.com/shop. I know I talk fast, but you can go back, play it again, play it slow, and you can check all those out. All right. Let's see. Jeff's up next. I purchased the CBO protocol. A lot of CBO protocols here today. So for people who don't know, the CBO protocol is the most popular gut healing protocol in the world, used by thousands of practitioners and used in our practice with people in 27 different countries around the world. It helps to rebalance the gut, helps with bloating, gas, distension, constipation, loose stool, and then immune-based issues as well, because so much of the immune system is in and around the intestines. Okay. So Jeff says, I purchased the CBO protocol and all the supplements, just not sure about adding vegetable starch to my meals. Do I get vegetable starch powder or just cut up the vegetables that provide starch? If you could please get back to me, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so first, Jeff, first things first, it says this on the Ask Cabral page, so I apologize, but it does say it on the page that we don't get your questions until it's read on the show. So you wrote back, I don't even want to say it, but you wrote 12 weeks ago into the show, exactly 12 weeks ago. So I feel bad because the CBO protocol is only 12 weeks, so you're done. So always write in to cabralsupportgroup.com, always, all right? We're happy to help you there. We've got amazing Equal Life health coaches there to help you. Okay, so I think it's just a misinterpretation. Vegetable starch, there's on the sensitive gut guide that comes with it, you're going to get a protein column, all protein foods acceptable. A fruit column, all fruits acceptable. Vegetable column, all fruits that are acceptable. And then a root vegetable starch that are acceptable. And those would be like yucca or purple potatoes or sweet potatoes or yams or any of those types of things, okay? Cassava, etc. Those are all outlined for you. And that's, you don't buy vegetable starch powder. The starch would actually be from something like, well, for non-gluten grains, oatmeal or rice, or it's from purple potatoes, Japanese yams, cassava, etc. That's the starch that we're talking about, okay? But I'm assuming you got your question already answered by the team. All right, Sandra's up next. Sandra says, I'm on my second week of the detox. I'm having a tough time trying to sleep. And any suggestion? I've tried everything that I think of. Appreciate your time and wonderfulness. Okay, again, you wrote in 12 weeks ago. So basically you're already ready for your fall detox. And so again, all kidding aside, but sometimes we have to make light of these things. So always write into cabralsupportgroup.com. They're going to help you out. They're going to answer your question the same day, especially on the detox, because there's thousands of people at any given time for our winter, spring, summer, and fall detox doing it. And so I just did mine actually about 2 weeks ago from the recording of the show. So, okay, but what can I answer for you? Well, we have so many shows and so many tips on helping with sleep, but why might it be a challenge for some people during the detox? Well, just like sauna, just like exercise, just like intermittent fasting, a functional medicine detox is also a mild stressor on the body. And so what we do is we do things to calm the nervous system just for the people that might need it, which is less than 1 out of 10. But, some people really do. Some people sleep like a baby, during it. But it usually, for everybody, it subsides after day 4. So it's pretty quick, but I totally get it. And I understand. And when I've done fasting as well, it's happened for sure when I did a water fast. Okay, so what I do is I use 2 capsules of Adrenal Soothe at dinner. I use 2 capsules of full spectrum magnesium at dinner. And then I use 1 scoop of calming magnesium 30 minutes before bed. That helps me with my sleep, as well as I always use liquid melatonin. For me, I just use 1 or 2 droppers maximum, and I get an amazing night's sleep. So that's what I do. Of course, I reduce blue light. I turn the room temperature down. All the tips I give you on the podcast as to how to get a great night's sleep. All right, Sandra, thanks for writing in. All right, I want to get in another question today. I want to get one more question in. This one's from Lindsay, and Lindsay says, hi, Dr. Rawl. I'm thinking of taking True Niagen's NAD. Is there anything bad about taking NAD? Also, what is your opinion of Fatty15? I'm currently taking omegas for my dry eyes and was thinking about switching to Fatty15. Okay, so, well, let me answer both. Let's go with the latter. I have a whole podcast. Did I do it this week? Wow, it's always so hard. Yes, it was on Wednesday. So check out my full podcast on 3169. I think it is awful how this supplement is being marketed right now. And I might be the biggest proponent of it in the future, but it is being marketed really awfully right now. And I believe it's putting profit before people. So listen to the whole show, but you're going to hear about one product that is exclusive to one particular brand that also funded the study, but has 0 human clinical trials on the product. And then they are telling you to replace a product that's a generic that you can get with anybody and has over 30,000 human clinical trials. 0 versus, and the one trial that they did do wasn't even on their product, it was on C15. And then you have another one which can't be patented and has 30,000 plus clinical trials and decades of evidence. I think these types of things are not proper in this industry. And again, I might be the biggest proponent of this product in 5 years from now, but we know nothing about it. It just came out years ago, 2022. So we've got to be careful. We've got to be really careful. All right. Now, NAD, on the other hand, True Niagen is a good brand. However, it's not NAD. What they're typically recommending is nicotinamide riboside. Okay. That then gets converted in the body to NAD. NAD by itself is pretty poorly absorbed orally, but you could take nicotinamide mononucleotide or nicotinamide riboside. We use that same ingredient plus much more for anti-aging and energy and longevity inside of a product called Cell Boost. I recommend comparing the two and then just purchasing whatever you feel is best for you. But check out that product at stephencabral.com/shop. Just look up Cell Boost, compare it to True Niagen. Pick the one that you feel is best for you, honestly. I am not here. I'm here to bring information to people from an unbiased perspective and then let you, as an adult, choose what you feel is best for you. Lindsay, great question, and thank you everybody for tuning into the show. I'll be back tomorrow answering more of our community's questions. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.